You know, there are many people in this world who are not ready to hear God's name. You see, you have people who need help, but they hear God's name and they immediately shut off. Maybe it's a personal reason, like, you know, maybe they knew somebody in the past who was a Christian who they were hurt by. Maybe they knew if they became a Christian, they have to give up something that they love, or like, you know, a sin that they love. Maybe they just don't believe and they are shunned away from that like sound of God. Maybe they just don't want to hear about it, right? You see, there are many people in this world who are not ready to hear God's name. And what I mean by that is that there are people who are struggling out there that are so turned away from the idea of God for personal reasons. Maybe like somebody they knew hurt them who was a Christian. Maybe they have reasons that they don't understand about God, so they think he's a bad guy. They don't think he's just. Maybe they don't think he's reliable. Either way, there are certain people who are not ready to hear God's name. You know, for instance, like somebody whose mother just died, maybe their parents just died, or something tragic, right? Maybe that person, you can't go to them immediately and be like, hey dude, did you know God loves you though? Like, did you know like we want to share like all of this love that we have for God because we know him. But some of the people who don't know God are not ready to hear God's name, because God's name is powerful, right? His name is so powerful, and the demons inside of them don't want to hear it, right? But here's what we can do as Christians, right? We can still show God's love without saying his name or saying it's from him. And don't take that the wrong way. For most people, it's good to, you know, say like, this is coming from God, you know, I believe in God, all that kind of stuff. It's always good to, you know, be vocal about your faith. But I'm saying for some people who are so shunned away from it, maybe they're suffering so bad, they're suffering from something tragic, and they're not ready to hear it. You can still show God's love. You can still talk to them about, hey dude, like the suffering you're feeling is not comparable to the joy that's coming. You don't have to say that's from the Bible, but you can still say it to them. See, for instance, the best thing I heard from somebody was that almost like spread the gospel in those situations like you're Snoop Dogg. You know, how would Snoop Dogg talk about Jesus? How would he say it? You know, how would Bob Marley say it? Be chill. You don't want to shove it in their face, because some people are just not ready to hear it. And that doesn't mean we can't reach those people. They just take more time, and you kind of have to take baby steps to it. For instance, if you just show God's love in those situations, you could possibly plant a seed in them that in the future they may think, dude, like, where did you get that from? Why did you come to me in that moment? You could say, hey dude, what you know about Jesus? You know what I'm saying? So you can almost, bear with me. You can still show God's love without saying his name. And I'm not saying you should do that for everybody, but there are certain cases where you should. For instance, if you have atheist friends who do not want to hear God at all, you can still show God's love, show how it impacted your life, how it helped you, why it's amazing and why it's good. And you don't have to shove it in their face, because if you do, a lot of people won't do it. And you know why? Because you can't convince somebody to become a Christian. You can help convince them, but you cannot make them a Christian for them. They have to follow Jesus themselves. And it's not your job to, change someone's heart in a way. Like, you can obviously help them, but it's their decision in the end. So I just want to encourage you guys today to show God's love, and the people who cannot hear it, just show the love. You don't have to shove it in their face. All right? I guess that's it. God bless.